Did you know that swapping out the bulbs in your house to LEDs can be one of the single easiest and best energy savings and money savings projects that you can do? You've probably heard about why LED lighting is so great and why you should switch out these old bulbs for the newer tech in your home. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's true. The savings are pretty incredible, and so much so that utility companies in local cities and counties have sometimes given away bulbs for free, and also areas around the country have banned old incandescent lighting and other forms of old tech in favor of LED these days. I love energy efficient lighting because of the great return on investment it can provide for the money spent up front, and so much so that I actually used to own a commercial lighting retrofit company where we would retrofit big buildings and save them thousands, if not tens of thousands per month on the electric bill with new LED lighting. So now I want to bring the same thing to you. The exact same calculations apply when we change out bulbs in our own home in terms of energy savings. But how much do you actually save, and why will you even spend the money and time to do this? I'm going to show you just that. In this video, I'm going to quickly run through the benefits of LED and why you should swap them out, a couple examples of how to calculate your own energy savings, and then a quick demo of the lighting energy savings calculator we have on our website, where you can put in your entire house and see the energy savings over a 10-year period, including return on investment and all kinds of other fun numbers, so stay tuned for that. My name is Aaron Shine, and I'm the founder of Attainable Home. We use affordable real estate and practical sustainability to build your wealth and well-being, so let's get going. Okay, so what's the big deal with LED lighting anyway? It's kind of been on the scene for the last 10 years and it keeps getting better and better, but why is it a good replacement for the old incandescent bulbs and old tech? Incandescent types of bulbs have been around since 1879 when Thomas Edison invented it, and we've all heard that story, but here we are 145 years later and they're still around, which is kind of crazy. By today's standards, these incandescent bulbs and even CFLs these days are very inefficient, and here are just some quick facts on why. The first point with the differences between these bulbs is that over 90% of the energy used in an incandescent bulb actually goes to heat and not light, so 90% of it is wasted. CFLs are a little bit better at 70% going to heat, so 30% actually goes to light that we use and what we pay electricity for, where LEDs are much better, where 65 to 70% of the energy used actually goes to a light source for our use instead of just wasted through heat. The second point to make is that incandescent bulbs only last about 800 to 1,000 hours, and CFLs maybe get up to 8,000, 10,000 hours, but LEDs, even the cheap ones in the stores, last 15,000 hours. So what that means realistically is you will replace bulbs 15 times if you're using incandescent compared to one LED, even the cheap bulbs in the store, given that it'll last 15,000 hours. So just on maintenance savings and cost alone to replace bulbs, the LED nowadays makes so much more sense because they're only $2, $3, $4, $5 a bulb, and it'll pretty much last forever. And there's so much to talk about in terms of benefits of lighting, but the last point I want to make for now is actually an industry term in regards to lumens per watt. And incandescent bulbs only put out about 15 lumens per watt, where LEDs put out about 75 lumens per watt. In reality, they are 5 to 6 times more efficient, which means you will save 5 to 6 times more energy just by using LED bulbs instead. Okay, so how do we figure out how much we're going to save with LED bulbs and to see if this project's even worth it? Let's jump into a couple examples so I can show you how it works. For this first example, I'll just show you how LED lighting savings works just with one bulb. So we have the old incandescent bulb at 60 watts each, and then the new LED bulbs are only 6 watts each. So we have a 54 watt savings per bulb when you swap them out. Now let's say you only have them on, well, not only, bulbs can be on 4, 5, 6 hours or more per day. So we have 4 hours per day, which means our savings on the electricity bill will be 54 watts times 4 hours per day, and that equals 216 watts per day of savings. Now, year-round, that'll be 216 watts per day savings times 365 equals 78,000 840 watts of savings. Now we're going to convert this to kilowatt hours because that's what the electricity bills use. And so we just divide by 1,000. So it's 78,840 divided by 1,000 equals 78.84 kW savings per year. And let's say that your electricity rate is 15 cents per kilowatt hour. So 15 cents per kilowatt hour on your electric bill. We multiply that by our savings, kW, equals $9.07 per year of savings. Now let's say the LED bulb cost is $3 each. So just without maintenance savings, just energy savings alone, to figure out our easy return on investment here, we're spending $3 to save about $9 per year. So our return on investment is 907 savings per year divided by $3 for the bulb cost. And that equals, I'll do the exact number, but it seems to be about 300% return on your money. So the exact savings is 302% return on investment, which is pretty incredible. So by, again, spending $3, we're going to save $9 a year, and that's a 302%. Just to give you an idea, bonds and treasuries right now are paying 5%, right? Bonds, and this is basically risk-free investing here, bonds. And the stock market, I believe before inflation, averages 10 to 12% per year. So when we think of lighting just in investment terms, there's very little that can beat these kind of cheap, energy efficient investments here. And we can take this a bit further because, of course, we don't have one bulb in the house. But if we expand these numbers, where let's say we have 30 bulbs in the house and we're saving $9.07 per bulb per year, that equals $272.10 savings per year, just swapping out light bulbs. And if we go back to our example, the 30 bulbs, they cost $3 each. So we've now spent $90 on bulb cost to swap out 30 of them. So once again, it's going to be the same exact ROI because we're just increasing the bulb count, but we are spending $90 to save $272.10. And then we can quickly work out what our payback is. So payback is usually yearly, or this will be a fraction of years because it's so fast. But we are spending we're saving $272.10, but we're only spending 90. So we're dividing 90 into 272. And to quickly figure out what our payback is, usually it's in, well, this will be in months. Usually it's in years, but this is so quick. You divide, we're spending 90 to gain $272 here, and that is 0.33 years to pay itself back. And if we do 12 months times 0.33 years, that means that our payback is less than 4 months. This is 3.96 months payback. It's pretty incredible. So in 4 months, you've got all your money back, and then from there on out, for again 15,000 hours or so, you just put money in your pocket. And what we can do also is say that the LED bulbs last 15,000 hours divided by they were 4 hours a day. That's 3,750 days of operation. And so 3,750 days of operation into years equals, looks like about 10 years, but yep, 10.27 years that the LED bulb will last. Okay, so to finish out this example, we're saving $272 per year times 10 years that the bulb will last, meaning that over a 10-year period, you will save literally $2,794. These are absolute no-brainer investments. I wanted to also show you the calculator that I built on the website to show the true power in terms of energy savings, money, and finance that swapping out LED lights can be. You can click in the description below and that'll take you right to the calculator so you can follow along and calculate your own savings using that. So now I'll jump into it to show you how to use it real quick. So when you get to the calculator on our site, you'll see a little bit of info up top here, but we could just scroll down and you'll get to what's called the home lighting savings calculator. And so we'll just start on the left here. You'll enter in your own data, like what kind of bulbs most likely will be incandescent. What are you changing out? We're going from incandescent to LED. You can pick your state, which changes the kilowatt hour rate, and this will get somewhat accurate. It may not be exact to your city and state location, but you can pick your state there and get close enough. Then you pick the wattage of the old bulb and the wattage of the new bulb. So the new bulb wattage will usually be on the base of the label. The LEDs have a little label on them. And then on incandescents, you can sometimes find them on the clear glass part and it'll show the wattage. Somewhere on the bulb it should say the wattage, and then you can plug it in here. You can also adjust the cost for what it costs you to buy the existing bulb, like the incandescent bulbs, and also the LED. In some cases, the old incandescent bulbs are now more expensive than the LEDs because they're making less and less of them and more of the LEDs. So LED prices keep coming down. So you can change the cost there, but for the sake of this example, I'll just keep the old bulb at $2.50, the new LED bulb at $3, as I used in the example. And then the number of bulbs we're replacing, I'm going to move up to, well, I'm just going to make it 20 for this example. And you can see that the calculator and all the numbers adjust in real time, so feel free to play with it as well. And then the amount of hours per day they're on, I'll just go back to the example and use 4 per day on the 20 bulbs that we're using. So the cost for the new bulbs, once you enter in all your information on the left side, the output numbers or the results will be on the right side, or if you're on mobile, it'll be below everything that you're putting in. So to start out, it'll show you what your estimated kilowatt hour rate is, your rated life for the old bulbs, your rated life for the new bulbs, and then the wattage burned per hour, and it goes through savings, and you can just see the rest here, kilowatt hours per month, usage, savings, I mean, any kind of information you want to see, I wanted to include. And then in red, you can see what we're paying now for just lighting the bulbs in our house per year based on the inputs that you put in there. And so if you keep scrolling down, you'll see the electric bill savings if you swap everything to LEDs, and this is where it gets pretty fun. Just in this example here, you can see the total bill savings per month, per year, and then the total 10-year electric utility savings for swapping out to LEDs, because they are estimated to last that long. Even if they last half as long, I mean, LED bulbs can be notorious for not lasting as long as the label on the box, and we found out that the hard way when I had the lighting company, but still, you'll see that the numbers are just still worth it, and it's still an amazing return on investment. And what's big that I wanted to include here is maintenance savings, because not only are we saving energy, we're saving a lot of money by not changing out all the bulbs and paying for these incandescent bulbs over and over again. So I included yearly maintenance savings, which in this example is near $100, $91 a year. Over 10 years, it's just over $900 for 10 years savings on not buying incandescent bulbs. So that's what a lot of calculators and people do not factor in. So the final number and output is yearly energy plus the maintenance savings adds up to $490, almost $500 in this example using this kilowatt hour rate of yearly savings just by swapping out 20 light bulbs. And then of course 10 years you'll reach 10 times that, which is near $5,000. And yes, these are real numbers. When you combine maintenance and electricity savings, this is the benefit of these cheap, energy efficient projects in your home, which again, I absolutely love. So I hope the examples and calculator would be helpful for you to figure out what you would save on LED bulbs for your own home. Again, the calculator is on our site, attainablehome.com. I've also included a link in the description below for a free worksheet and ebook on other energy efficient projects you can do similar to this one with similar ROI numbers to really drive your energy bill down. And there's so much more to talk about with lighting and energy efficiency projects themselves. I've done a couple net zero home renovations myself and included all of these in those projects, and you can check those out on our channel. If you have questions about lighting or anything else, feel free to ask below in the comments or reach out to us. As always, I appreciate your time and thanks for watching.